Hi Leo, thank you for joining me. Welcome to my channel. This is your reading for should I stay or should I go? And I did this reading for a bunch of signs in October, and then I got in a car accident and I couldn't finish it, but I'm okay. Everything's fine. It was just a lot of work because I was helping someone. Meow meow. But anyway, so let's get into the reading. I did a should I stay, should I go pick a card. So at the end, if you're interested, I always leave you guys goodies at the end of the video so you can click through to them very easily. You can go check it out if you want more information. The way that you play this game is you keep in mind, like, is there a situation that you should stay in or you should go in? And you're asking basically one hypothetical: if you stay, this will happen; if you go, this will happen. Or you can switch it the other way around. If you hear the message and you're not satisfied, I just suggest you do the pick a card and try another time, okay? So, or try for your sun, moon, or rising, the other sign beside Leo. Let's take a look at the first option, okay? So we have the 10 of Wands. If you choose this option, Leo, you are going to be a very, very busy cat. How about that? You're going to be a very busy cat, and I think that you'll have a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders. I think that there's going to be so many responsibilities that you're going to have to really prioritize which ones you want to do and why. The other card is the Four of Pentacles. This situation or this option has a lot to do with Christmas time. This is a timeless reading, but I'm reading in 2020 in February. So this has a lot to do with the following or the preceding Christmas when we had an eclipse on the 26th. I have a feeling that maybe I had a feeling that there's something that hasn't been done since Christmas. Wow, okay. I'm in the same boat. So it feels like something has been put off, something has been delayed, something has not been addressed since last Christmas, and so you are now in some way picking up the slack by choosing this option. Then we have the Five of Cups, which is disappointment. Mars in Scorpio. Okay, so I have a feeling that if you choose this option, in order to, I think that you're tackling some big things if you do this timeline. If you pursue this, I think that you will be very much ready to address some things that you've been avoiding because you were sad about them, so you didn't want to confront them, you didn't want to, go in that direction at all. And I think that by choosing this option, whether it's stay or go, you will end up having to confront and face those things and therefore rise above them. So it's like, it feels like there's a lot of outstanding things that you have to do. And so by choosing this option, you're committing to doing them, and that in the long term will really be good for you. And then you have, yay! Okay, so I almost stopped recording because I'm like, I'm not going to show them all this heavy stuff. But here we have Jupiter in Leo. Sometimes if I feel like a reading is too heavy, I'm like, I just had lunch, so maybe it's my lunch coming up or whatever. So, but anyway, you have the Six of Rods, which is Jupiter in Leo. So this is very much like you're doing the right thing by pursuing this option. There's definitely some outstanding things that you need to address and that have to be addressed. I have a feeling that this includes conversations with someone. So you need to have a conversation with someone. There's a lot of outstanding, maybe disagreements or things that you don't feel so great about. Maybe you've let water under the bridge too much. And so I think that this is your time to fully communicate. I think you do have a bit of a feeling that you don't necessarily want to communicate, that you just want to kind of hang out and do your own thing. But I think that you're going to still persevere through it. And it's important for you to move forward with this regardless. So once you choose this option, whether you stay or whether you go, once you're there, I think that the key to the success is that you do what you have to do, that you get up and do exactly what you need to do and achieve the things to achieve this victory, okay? So here is the second timeline. So I don't know if you chose stay or go for this one. If you don't like this option, you can still use this for the other option as well. Here is the next message. So we have the Ace of Cups. So if you choose this option, something new is going to begin. new friendships, new romance, hey girl, hey, a crush, but definitely a new spirit, a spirit of something new. So I feel like with this, you're really still in some way dealing with things from the past. This is really getting ready to go in a new direction. Screw the past. I'm moving forward, not looking back, not today. That's the attitude. Here is the next message. We have the Knight of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's really bright today. So I have a feeling that maybe you're attracted to an air sign. From doing your relationship compatibility reading for February and March, I really saw a lot of connections between Leos and air signs, specifically Libras and Aquarians. So go, and if there's a Libra or Aquarian person with whom you're close with, maybe there's like a deeper sense of appreciation. I have a feeling this person's going to reach out to you. So you may not be actually instigating anything, but this person's reaching out in some way to talk with you or connect with you or like get to know you better. You might be quite surprised, like, oh, hello, how are you? And this person's going to be very charming, very sweet, very funny, and they're going to want to get your attention. Here is the next message. Oh, by the way, if you want to watch the relationship compatibility reading, it's on Tarot Talk, and I'll link it down below for you guys in the description. Here is the next message. We have the Four of Cups. Okay, this is called Luxury. I know these are German cards. I just got them because I thought they were one deck that I'm searching for, but they weren't. But it's cool. I have a lot of German cards, actually. So this is Moon and Cancer. I have a feeling that you're going to be quite flattered in this situation, whether you actually choose to pursue this direction or not. It's going to be like a very sweet thing that's going to make you smile. This person's really good with compliments, so I wouldn't be surprised if they say nice things to you, if they kind of woo you and say like, you know, oh, you're looking nice, Leo. Hey, girl, hey. And you'll be like, meow, meow. So there'll be a real nice connection between you and this person, and you'll be feeling really surprised, or it'll be surprising, or you won't be expecting this person's initiative towards you, but it'll be welcome, definitely. I think it's going to make you really happy. Whether it turns into something serious or not, that's another thing, but I do feel like someone's coming towards you, it's unexpected, and it's going to make you really happy. Here is the next, oh, there we go, happy time. So we have the Sun. This is your card, Leo. I don't know if you guys know this, but the Sun is Leo, which is the best card in the deck. So that's why I always claim Leo. It's like, yeah, we want to go there, right? So you're born, you know, in the northern hemisphere when the sun is at its peak, right? It's right after the, how do you say, like the high point of summer, but after, in that second part of summer, once the sun rises to its like utmost position, it gets hottest. It gets much more hotter and bright and intense because the earth has heated up, right? So that's Leo energy right there. I think that you might have a really good connection with someone, really moving forward through things. This can be also a representation of yourself. You're like moving forward, feeling excited, feeling hopeful, love is in your heart. I have a feeling that this has a lot of adventure in its direction. Now, I gotta say something, like this looks like a lot of work and this looks like a fun time. And so as you're deciding which option to choose in your situation, just remember that you have things to do, Leo, because this is telling you that you're going to have a good time, but what after that? So I'm saying, like, don't second guess this option just because there's a bunch of things to do. Sometimes that earned victory can yield a lifetime of positive consequences. So here's some food for thought. But I really actually see this as a good time, a happy time for you, celebration and joy. And if you spend your time around women more, this may be a woman as well, whether it's platonic or romantic. Speaking of romance, let's take a look at the romance angels. Here is your card. We have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, Leo. Okay, so I think that you're supposed to still see, and that's what I got from this. It's like, I don't think either situation ends with this, and I'm about to pull more cards for you guys, so hold on with that. But I don't think this situation necessarily just ends here. I think there's more to be had, more direction, there's a bigger path. And so be aware of that. There's more in front of you. There's more things to pursue, more things to consider, you know, all of this. And whether you need a fun time right now, which is this option, or whether you really feel like you need to address your anxiety because there's just too many things piled up, then this is your option. Take your time and really kind of be flexible in your thinking. I'm a fixed sign baby, which means I have a lot of planets. Most of my planets are in fixed signs: Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. The other fixed sign is Taurus. And so fixed sign people are very stubborn, and that's something we should all work for ourselves against, because when you're inflexible, then oftentimes that can lead to things like being frustrated or things not progressing as quickly. And even though being stubborn is good for other things, such as making your point or getting through things, completing tasks, it's always important that your strength doesn't become a liability. So this keep an open mind is actually quite resonant, because it's saying like, kind of makes how do you say, pay attention to what you're doing, and then also, you know, be open to changing your path. Just because you feel like your anxiety is on high and you need to get things done and you have tunnel vision in this direction, well, maybe if you keep an open mind, there's a little bit of love and romance here for you, or at least fun and a good time. So you figure out which path you're going to take. Maybe this is to do with a situation like a visit that you're going to go to, or maybe this is something else. But whatever you're deciding upon, that's your two outcomes, and you need to choose, and you're going to be happy nonetheless. Either option is going to lead to happiness as far as these cards are concerned. Now I'm going to pick the bottom line, which is like a narrative of no matter which option you choose. Sometimes the cards are relevant to one of the two options, and I'll tell you in a moment if that's the case. Your first card is the Five of Pentacles. So you never want to go back to a place where you financially were in this position. So I think that the motivating factor and the point on which you'll finally make that choice is to do with this. You don't want to make bad decisions. You know how it feels to be down financially, and you never want to put yourself in this position again. We have Virgo, the Hermit, and you had to spend a lot of time to get yourself back on track. So I think that's what's contingent, and that's what's motivating your decision. Like, you had to be by yourself to pull yourself out of the gutter. You may have had to work a lot of jobs, or you may have otherwise had to work really hard. This could mean that you were also overweight or not happy with your weight, whether it was under or over, and you had to spend so much time to do it that now you're sensitive about those topics, and rightfully so. You know what it feels like. It's, you know, people who until you lose something, whether it's like gain a lot of weight or lose a lot of money and are broke, it seems like theoretical, hypothetical, and not such a big deal. But when you're in those positions where there's really very few options and you have to hustle hard and there's no promise of a good outcome, once you experience that, it's kind of like a kick in the butt that you'll never forget. So that's what I feel like, this awareness of the past, like, wait a minute, what am I actually risking here? And am I willing to risk everything that I have for the lessons that I learned before? Through the lessons that I learned before, I know better, because I know that that's a very lucky thing to pull yourself out of a bad situation. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of missteps, and you're just really committed to not going back to that vibration. Here is the next message. We have the Six of Air, deciding to move forward. If you're thinking of taking a trip, this is really saying that you're going to take it. So maybe this is taking the trip and this is not taking the trip. Maybe this is saying that you're going to take the trip anyway. So if you've chosen this path, maybe it's not really the time yet, but maybe you need to take care of those things that you need to address, and then you'll be more free to go forward on your journey. I love how the light danced on these cards. This is the Colette Baron Reed tarot deck. It's really beautiful. We have the Nine of Pentacles next, Venus in Virgo, cash, bags, money, and beauty. So whatever it is, what I feel this reading is really about, and the bottom line to me looks like, is that you're making a decision as to whether or not to cash in on the efforts that you've put in towards something. If you're ready to do it, then I think this option is the better one. And then you're going for, you know, whatever it is that you want to benefit from or enjoy. Here, this is probably the option in which you still have some things to work through. But again, this card is saying that it's leading you to success, the Six of Wands. So it's like, I think ultimately the decision that you need to make is, you know, it's not about like lack mentality. It has to do with like, are you ready to move forward with where you've gotten to? And if you are not, which I think is this option, then I feel like you'll get there anyway by pursuing this kind of like, give it a little bit more energy and it'll work out. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Again, I have the pick a card down below, and I have your relationship compatibility on Tarot Talk below. I did that for everybody for members only preview, and it'll be posted for everybody later, their relationship compatibility, but you guys get a freebie right away, so go check it out. And thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a good time, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.